Hello, this is Dr. Jill Young, and I'm going to go over your week 1 assignments. You can expect a video each week, basically a, excuse me, a video with some tips on how to, the best way to complete your work and your assignments each week. I just feel like sometimes I just feel it would be helpful. You could read, one student can read something, another student can read it and get a completely different perspective on how it should be done. So I'm just going to go, this one might be a little longer than the other ones because, it's the first week and, you have to kind of get used to the requirements of the course and kind of what I expect. So let's just go ahead and dive into this. For week, and my voice might sound hoarse. I've pretty much had a cold since the beginning of October that won't go away, so I apologize if I sound a little raspy. I don't usually sound this way, but we'll have to just deal with it. And I don't know if I tend to keep colds for a long time, so I might just have this throughout the winter. I don't know, but anyway. For week 1, your discussion, you've just been asked by your supervisor to prepare a recommendation on a new human resource information system software program, such as PeopleSoft, that your department should implement in the next fiscal year. And so basically what you're going to do, let's just take it bit by bit here. You're going to look for an HR, like PeopleSoft. There's other ones too that you can look up. Just, really start Googling. And let me just make this clear. If you want to focus on one area, that's fine. Recruiting software, payroll software, I don't really care. Just pick one and kind of go with it. Let's just do something real quick. I want you to kind of give you a kickstart here. I mean, this is so obvious. There's a million of them. I can't even think about them all right now. I always forget Oracle. That's always when I was Oracle's one. Excuse me. Here it goes again. Oracle's a real popular one. I've seen that one in organizations. But just kind of go through and see what you can find. There's 2 of them right there. If you're going to use those, that's okay. But I would challenge you to dig deeper and see if you can find someone, maybe one that's more specialized. Maybe look for one in recruiting. Genius HR software, there's one. Ascentus, there's one. So see, you got it. And we're just getting to the tip of the iceberg there. There's lots of them. Just spend some time researching them online and reading about them. Discuss the program's main attributes and how it interfaces with human resource information systems and strategic human resource planning as a whole. So let me give you some. First, you want to look for an HR. You want to look for an HRIS software program. Then you're going to make sure that you understand what it does, what area of HR it is. It supports. Is it does it make recruiting easier? Does it make payroll easier? What does it do? Again, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I'm losing my voice. So do that first. Then tell me, how does that fit into the whole planning? So, and when you're thinking about human resource planning, we're talking about recruiting. We're talking about payroll. We're talking about, think about what are the functions of HR. How could a software program like this fit into, what area does that fit into, the one that you've chosen? And how does it make that function of HR more efficient or maybe, work? How does it make it easier on, how does it, think about, however, a traditional method of, okay, let's just take payroll, for example. Payroll, how it was manually, how was payroll done manually? Like, think of before computers and before, any of this stuff, technology made things so easy. Think about how it might have been done in the past, and then how would, and that's if you're picking payroll, how would this information software system make it more efficient, easier, quicker, more accurate, all of that. Tell me about that. Delve into that for me. That's what I'm looking for. If it's recruiting software, I mean, you could think about it this way. There's so many options. Do some research. For example, I'll give you an example. There's software that just basically filters resumes for certain keywords, because a big company probably gets thousands upon thousands of resumes for jobs, and they need to whittle that down. And a person, it's probably almost impossible to have someone do that on their own. So there has to be a filter, and there's software that does that. That's just a great example of some software used for, to make human resource functions more efficient. That's what I want to get you thinking about, those kind of things. So that's the assignment. And the rubric is here. Now, I want to make something clear about the rubric. Even though you only have to respond to 2 classmates, you will not get full points for responding to 2 classmates. The rubric does not support that requirement. What I want to make clear right from the get-go is that when you do your discussion post, you pull this up and you look at this column and fulfill every criteria in that column if you want to make the best grade possible. And that means responding to 2 classmates and me. I'm sorry, more than 2 classmates and me. Right here. If you respond to just 2, you're going to get 2 points here. The 2 points over here. So just make sure. And your responses need to contain supporting sources as well. That's down here. 4 points. If you post your initial post with just a... if your initial post just has a source and then your responses, none of them have one, you're going to get 3 points, not 4. So just make sure to follow this. This is the rule. This is the goal. I mean, basically, you do this, you will make good grades on the discussion post. You fulfill this criteria in this column, and you will do well on your discussion post. So I just wanted to make that clear because it's very important. I get students who miss that all the time, and I just want to put it out there. So I want you to succeed, of course. Responses need to be substantive. That means at least a paragraph. That means at least 5 sentences. Make sure to proofread carefully and follow APA style. You will need in-text citations, and you will need a reference at the end of your post. You do need to follow APA style on the discussion board. I do pay attention to that. So I'm going to make, so just make sure to do that. If you have any questions about the discussion post, let me know. I'm happy to help, as always. I'm sorry, I just lost my page. Well, and I did it again. Just make sure you follow those. That rubric is your guide. That is what you follow. Everything else, I mean, honestly, if you feel confused, just use the rubric. And let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I'll be happy to assist you in any way that I can. And I look forward to seeing you in the discussion board this week. I'm hoping for a great, to facilitate a great discussion, and I look forward to getting to know you. So this is the end of this video, and I will be posting another video for your assignment this week. Thank you.